Well,
Oh, absolutely.
certainly there's a lot to say here and there's a lot of ground to cover. I just want to touch on the fact that I realize that this decision in so many cases at the top is largely being decided by a whole bunch of men and a whole bunch of old men.
White men!
And a whole bunch of old white men.
Yeah.
And so I do want to say, before we go too far down the road of vilifying men, that all men are not like that. And I think all men of color are certainly not like that. And there are a lot of men who will stand up and take responsibility. And to those who do not, I say, it's time you did. I think it's time that the men of America stood up with the women of America and said that women's bodies are their own decision. And unless you're the baby daddy, you should mind your own business.
Hi, I'm Jordan Hevener with the Women Project. We are advocating for legislation to protect safe and legal abortion here in Rhode Island. And I want to thank you all so much for being here. This is so awesome, so thank you.
Thank you. So this is the act, the Reproductive Health Care Act, right?
Right, so now it's the Reproductive Privacy Act, and it's still alive and we can still pass it. And this repeals Rhode Island's unconstitutional abortion laws, which we never want to see back in this state, and it would codify the federal court decisions that ensure abortion is legal in Rhode Island into state law, so that we wouldn't have to worry about whatever happens in our federal courts. And every day, we need you back at the State House, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 3:30, because the best way that we can take proactive action here in Rhode Island to ensure Rhode Island doesn't have a ban like we see in these other states is to get this legislation passed, and we need all of you to help with it. So I have cards. You can learn more about the Women Project. We are doing a robust postcard program that you can write postcards to constituents in key districts, encouraging them to take action with you. So if you want those, let me know. I have them. I'm happy to share them with you. And stay till 3:30 if you can, or go get lunch and come back at 3:30, or come tomorrow at 3:30, or come Thursday at 3:30. And then if you have more time on Thursday, we have a protest outside the Senate Democrats fundraiser. We're going to meet up in the parking lot of the Bell Street Chapel on the west side and be there to let them know that abortion is health care and we need to protect it. So thank you.
Hi, I'm with Rhode Island Now, National Organization for Women, and I'm old enough to know, some of you do too, that we did this in '73, so what the hell's going on? Why don't you get here? So, there are a lot of women's organizations here, Planned Parenthood, now, the Women Project, we're all working hard, we're writing postcards to our senators. We're here at the State House, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If you don't know what to do, as Woody Allen said, just show up. That's half of life. 3:30 to 5:30. If you don't know who your legislators are, come see me. Give me your email address. I'll get back to you. You can see Jordan. You can see people from Planned Parenthood. But our voices need to be heard. They don't believe we're 71%. They've got it 73%. I'm wondering, what did you do? Talk to four choices? Thank you. So keep it up, get loud, and remember why we're here, and we're tired of doing this, right?
Hi, I found you guys. I'm here because I love all of you. I came to the U.S. in 1984 when I was 17 and a half. I'm an American citizen and I love you. And I will stand by you. I got 2 granddaughters and I am terrified for their future. And I don't think people realize the effect, if they ban Roe versus Wade, the effect that this is gonna have on immigrant women new to the country that will find themselves in a situation where they're pregnant and they'll be afraid. If they don't speak English, they don't know what to go. I speak Portuguese, I work as an interpreter before. I am gonna do everything to educate and to let them know this is not right. I will do it, I promise you. This is scary. This is scary. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lisa Bede from Pawtucket. And it's really amazing. I have two signs, Tobin and Metz et al. I was referring to the fact that the Archbishop controls much of what goes on in the Rhode Island State House. And it's got to stop. Roger Williams would turn over in his grave to see that what he fought for in terms of religious liberty has kept the State House in thrall to the Catholic Church and for generations and generations. So the question I want to ask is, and it's never asked, is we're talking about choice. Choice. Giving women a choice about what goes on with their bodies. We're not advocating that every pregnant woman have an abortion.
No, we're not.
We're saying that women have equal rights to what happens to them, and it's not just women who are affected by whether one can have an abortion or not. Their families are affected by it. This, oops, sorry, I don't want to lose my hat. In the country, we're being pushed essentially by an American Taliban. And it may not even have anything to do with women's bodies. It may have to do with another issue which divides us and creates chaos. So we have to do something about this, and we have to say that we are as much human beings with inalienable rights to life, liberty, and happiness as the white men in the State House of Rhode Island, in the State House of Maryland, in the state Capitol.
As any of those white men. Yes.
Absolutely. Who deny us our humanity. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Joanna Brown. I'm a family doctor and adolescent medicine doctor. And during my family medicine training, I learned how to do abortion because it's part of healthcare. It was part of my full training. I learned how to deliver babies. I learned how to take care of people from birth to death, and I learned how to do abortions. I don't do abortions now, but a number of my colleagues do, and I fully, completely, emphatically support their work, which is amazing. I do get to give out contraception, birth control, and I do that as much as I possibly can, and I feel incredibly lucky that I can do that. We need more access to contraception in this state. We need more school-based health centers. We need to be doing more outreach to young people and people of reproductive age so that everyone who needs contraception can get it. And we need to protect women's rights to choose what to do with their own bodies and when and if it's appropriate to end a pregnancy. Thank you so much. I'd be happy to talk to anyone about this afterwards.
I used to work in a family planning clinic. And we gave up birth control. We didn't do abortions, but we gave up birth control. And we did pregnancy tests. I did a pregnancy test on a 15-year-old. And she found out that she was pregnant. The first thing she said was, "Is it true that you can give yourself an abortion using a coat hanger?" Women are going to have abortions. Women have always had abortions. This is not new. What is new is that it's safe and legal. This is what we need to protect. Women are going to die without access to safe and legal abortions, but they're still going to have abortions. It doesn't change anything. It just makes women die.
I just wanted to say real quickly, my name is Craig O'Connor. I work with Planned Parenthood. I want to thank you all so much for being here today. This is amazing. Honestly, I don't know who organized this. It's your fault. But it's amazing to see how much energy and excitement there is around making the people in this building do the right thing. We're going to hold them accountable. If they do not pass it this year, we will be back next year. If they don't pass it next year, we're going to be involved in the elections in 2020 and make sure we put a bunch of people in the building who will pass this. Unless they vote for the bill and then leave them in. So I just wanted to really quickly say thank you so much. There's a makeshift sign-in sheet going around. we're part of a coalition, the Rhode Island Coalition for Reproductive Freedom. I think I saw Jordan talking earlier from the Woman Project. They're also a part of it. A bunch of organizations, Rhode Island Now, Gayle was talking. So if you sign up, that'll get you onto our emails. You'll find out what we are doing up here at the State House, phone banks, canvassing, other things to make sure that we pass this legislation this year. So please sign up to get involved. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to have the exciting privilege of being able to introduce Senate sponsor of the Reproductive Health Care Act, Senator Gayle Goldin.
Thank you very much, Brianna. Thank you so much for organizing this. Thank you, all of you, for showing up today. We are in the fight for women's rights and the autonomy of our bodies, of our voices, of what we really stand for in this country, and we are in the forefront of it in Rhode Island. Every single one of you needs to use your voice. Call your senator today, email them, call the Senate President's office. Let them know that you are going to stand up and make sure that every woman has a decision to make those healthcare decisions for herself, because abortion is healthcare, and we are going to make sure that abortion stays safe and legal in Rhode Island, no matter what happens anywhere else in this country. And that's going to happen because all of you showed up today, and all of you are going to call your senators. So thank you very, very much. We're all in this fight together.
I'd just like to say that I'm a nurse for 30 years at Women and Infants. Everybody knows Women and Infants, right? The labor room. I've seen about every single scenario you could ever think of. Good, bad, happy, sad. But the whole point is, she should be able to make her own choice. I just have a question for you. If you can't have your choice on this, what are they going to take away next?
Hi, my name's Jennifer. I drove down from Massachusetts because this is so important to me. Senator Goldin said it. Everyone's kind of touched on it a little, but obviously being here is amazing. The first part, showing up, call, text, email. Those are just the small things you do. Vote. Vote is so important. Voting.
Get your friends to vote.
Get your friends to vote. If you want to help get people registered to vote, find out how you can join coalitions that are going to work to make sure that you're registered to vote before 2020 comes around. This is too small, I know, but you can also find so many great, amazing organizations that if you can, $5, $10, if you could be a monthly donor, Yellowhammer Fund. These are specific, obviously, to the Southeast, but there are coalitions, Planned Parenthood of Rhode Island, NARAL, Pro-Choice Mass, now the National Organization for Women. All of these organizations, not only donations, financial, but your time. Again, texting, calling, emailing, anything you can do. Just showing up is a great way to start. Thank you, guys. Woo! And thank you, Brianna.
And Jane Citizen, too old to have babies anymore, but I just try to keep learning, and I just wanted to say a couple things, which are the reasons for the signs that we made. It's true that this is just so much of this is people with their strongly held religious beliefs that are trying to make everybody else believe the same thing, and that is just wrong. That's not our country. We're a democracy, not a theocracy. It's number one. Number two, I saw a post the other day on Facebook that really just stuck with me, and it was brave and hard for some people to hear, I think. But this woman said, she said, "I'm not pro-choice. I'm pro-abortion. I love abortion because I think it's a wonderful choice, a wonderful medical choice for anybody to be able to make." And then she went on to link it inextricably with all the spectrum of social justice. And I think that's a really important part of what we need to tell people. It's what Brianna was saying. Wealthy women will always be able to go find an abortion someplace, but it's the people who don't have, it's about access and about equal access, and it ties into every other part of social justice. And so that's why we made a sign, reproductive justice for all, and that's a great term, reproductive justice, I think. And then the third
that we good guys, I feel like the bad guys always frame the dialogue. They control the dialogue, and we have got to take it back. We are the people who love children and love families and love all women and all children and all families, and we need to get that message out. We are the moral high ground, and we need to reclaim it.
Hi, so my name is Jasmine. I'm 15, and I guess I represent somewhat of the younger people. So I just want to stress the importance of teaching your kids. I know some of you guys might be moms. Teaching your kids how to respect women and respect their bodies and their autonomy, because I know that today, the boys and girls of today are going to be the leaders of tomorrow that are creating these abortion laws. So it's important that they know what they're talking about and that they respect women, because I go to high school, I know that there's a lot of boys that they don't respect women, they just like to talk about women's bodies, and that's not okay. We have to teach them that women should be respected and that they have rights. So
Yes! Best daughter. I'm her mom. I'm also a pediatrician. Very much stand up for the doctors among us. I stand up for children. I stand up for families. I stand up for men and women and parents and really everybody, which is what we all do. And what I want to say is that we need to reframe the so-called pro-life movement. They are not pro-life. We are pro-life. They are anti-choice. And we need to not call them pro-life. We call them anti-choice. Thank you.
My name's Chelsea. I am also from Massachusetts, and I wanted to come down and help support here. So I grew up in a pro-choice household. My mom has always, both my parents have always encouraged me to have autonomy over my body, and I always thought that I lived in such a great place because, you know, the government was good enough at the time that they gave us that pro-choice option here, and it wasn't until all of these bans started happening that it was almost like I got smacked in the face. That even the laws that were here, even the ones that are here now, they are not good enough, because it shouldn't be a political issue. This is an issue that you should have with your doctor, with your family at most. Like, this is not something that we shouldn't be having to discuss this whatsoever. This is to be discussed with your doctor, and this shouldn't even be anywhere near here, because this is your body, autonomy. That's it. That's all that you should have. It shouldn't even be a political issue. This is something to be dealt with your doctor. Thank you.
I'm from the ACLU. I'm on the national and the local board. Someone violates your right, call us, we'll sue. We're suing in Alabama, we'll sue in Georgia, we'll sue in California. We'll sue everyone. We don't care. We will protect your rights. We have your womb.
Make sure to support trans men, because holy shit, like, you should not have to carry a baby to term no matter what, like, if that's not your choice, and especially not if you're going through transition, because what the fuck?
Don't force anybody to do anything they don't want to.
I just wanted to read a quote. I wanted to read a quote from Gloria Steinem. I want any young men who buy a gun to be treated like young women who seek an abortion. Think about it. A mandatory 48-hour waiting period, written permission from a parent or a judge, a note from a doctor proving that he understands what he is about to do, time spent watching a video on individual and mass murders, traveling hundreds of miles at his own expense to the nearest gun shop, and walking through protesters holding photos of loved ones killed by guns, protesters who call him a murderer. After all, it makes more sense to do this for young men seeking guns than for young women seeking an abortion. No young woman needing reproductive freedom has ever murdered a room full of strangers.